All right, welcome to the fourth installment of Legit Board Talk. Here we got team rider The Stig, aka John. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Nice. How are you doing on this Friday night?
Pretty good. Did yard work all day, so not too much skating, but I might get to skate tomorrow, hopefully.
Nice, nice, man. I just went to work all day. I'd be down to go skate some parking garages, but not tonight, man. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually just came from the garage race out in Houston to open the new carve location.
nice, man. Car's been killing it out there, huh? They hosted one of the biggest ones last year. What was it called? Battle for the Bayou, right?
Bayou Battle, yeah. That
Yeah.
was January.
Yeah, and that was a legitimate sanctioned event. They got a giant prize purse. They got a bunch of prizes out there. They're really doing good shit for the scene, man. Yeah.
Yeah, because like they negotiated a deal with like the hobby center because they were just gonna do it outlaw, and then they started contacting different garages and they kept getting like no's and stuff, and then the hobby center was like, well, we'll do it. And so then they were just like, all right, sweet. And so once they had the event, the hobby center saw how good it was and like all the stuff that it brought. And so they now have once a month they have a legal session, and they usually make like a big deal out of it and stuff because
Fuck
like
yeah.
Easter rolled around, they had an Easter egg hunt thing. So yeah,
That's
that was pretty crazy.
that's what's up, man. That's where the sport's headed to, man. I want to see more of that. I want to see more, that's what shops should be doing. They should be fucking getting the scene together, dealing with all the headache, and just making sure the kids have a legitimate way of just having a fun outlaw or parking garage race. Fuck, the news were there. I knew people who came down from Canada, flew down there. Team Noble people came down from all over. Fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy. Louis Poloni and James Kelly both flew out, and that surprised me. I thought it
Fuck
would just like the usual Texas crew just going crazy with each other, but like we had people from everywhere come out.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, I had school, so I couldn't. But yeah, I missed like the biggest event.
Sick days, man. That's what they're for, dude. Fuck it. Just take the day off next time. What how big is the scene down there in Texas? I mean, there's a pretty it's growing too. It's every time I see more and more pictures of Team Noble, they're growing in size. It's like they
Yeah,
double every 3 months.
yeah, it's a pretty big scene. Like, I don't know, just in San Antonio, like if we have a weekend session or something, like we'll usually have, I don't know, 10, 15 people come out, and then like Austin is like a even bigger scene actually because they have all the hills. And then Dallas and Houston have big scenes, which is odd because they're completely flat, but they just make it
Whoa.
with the garages pretty much.
You hear that, Florida? Stop fucking complaining. They don't complain. Do you hear anyone from Texas complain? No. They throw the biggest race ever. And it's what? A parking garage race. Get your shit together, Florida. Looking at you, hottie. Tell your friends, man. Florida. It's
Dude,
flat here. Florida has 16 level parking garages. I know they're not the fastest, but still. That means you only have to go once to go down 16 floors. That's pretty fun.
it's all about the double down.
Fuck yeah. That's what's up, man. Now let me ask you some questions. How'd you get the nickname The Stig? For anyone who doesn't know, nicknames The Stig is on Reddit, r longboarding. Tell us more about that.
Well, back when I discovered Reddit about like 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, I was a big Top Gear fan. So I was like, oh, I'll make my account this big and I'll be cool and like that. So, and then it just kind of blew out of proportion, I guess.
Are you still a Top Gear fan?
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that it's being like, I don't know, just essentially screwed over.
So let's talk about Top Gear for a little bit. So anyone who doesn't know, what the main host, he got let go because he punched the producer, correct, over some tacos,
That's
right?
why.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can't make this shit up, man. Look, motherfucker wants his tacos. He's the star of the show. Who are you? Get him his tacos, and you get a punch in the face. It's what they pay you to put up with. That's your job. And because of that, the entire country of England and the people of the world were backing him up, saying, just let's go. Business as usual. Let's get more shows out there. And they folded, man. They just let him go. And I don't know what's going to happen to the remaining two, members of the show, but they're a trio. They said they would stick together. Let's see what happens. Any word? What do you think will happen?
Well, I mean, the other two guys said that they'll stick with Clarkson or whatever, so hopefully they'll take a new show and like I've heard recently that there's rumors of them getting picked up by Netflix, kind of like how um oh that one show Arrested Development did a few years ago. Because like they got pulled off the main network and then Netflix just took over their show. But I mean, the Top Gear licensing stuff is still owned by the BBC, so they'll keep that. But I mean, if they just make a new offshoot or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I guess only time will tell.
Call it bottom gear. There you go. Call it last gear. Fuck it, let's just go. Call it the three amigos. Let's see some more fun shit. That's all I want to say. I hope they get their shit together. They figure it out. It was really an entertaining show. It's definitely. I love cars. It's what I do for my day job, and I would really really like to see some more episodes. I I think the internet's the way to go, man. I think that everything's moving towards the future, towards the internet in the future, and you know they'll figure out a way to monetize it, keep it going. The man likes tacos. We know that much. Taco Bell. There you go. Perfect opportunity right there. So yeah, John, how'd you get into longboarding? Tell us a little about that.
Uh oh, it's been a while.
Well, how old are you, man? How old are you? What do you do when you're not longboarding?
I'm 19 right now, and when I'm not skating, I'm usually, I don't know, working on audio stuff at school or doing yard work here at home.
What do you study at school?
Audio engineering.
Nice. And how'd you get into that? What brought that about?
In high school, um, I went to a private Christian school, and so like we had a chapel thing every Thursday, and like they needed someone to run the soundboard and stuff. Like I think it started my junior year, because like the guys in the classes above me knew how to do it. And like I always thought it was pretty cool because I was friends with them and I hung out with them. But then like junior and senior year, I like started getting really into it and just enjoyed it. So I figured may as well try and make a career out of it.
Fuck yeah. Junior year in high school, I started my own business. I I got all the money from the little kids. I gave it all to the seniors, and they bought us all hamburgers, and I got a cut. And it worked for like twice. And then the third time around, they're like, "Why the fuck do we need you?" And they just cut me out. I like hamburgers, man. What do you want me to say? So that's cool, man. You're pursuing what you like to do. Hell yeah. Now, were you skateboarding in college, or did you pick this up in high school? What?
I picked it up in high school and like I was just kind of ignorant about the scene. Like I didn't really know how to find the Texas skaters or whatever. Like I knew there were like Facebook groups and stuff like that, but I mean, I just never really got into it until like I went to my first race about a year and a half ago, and it was Marathon 4, which the course is basically tucked down to a right-hander that's like grip, but it's hard grip. And so, but when we got there, it was just pouring rain. And so my first race was in the rain on a course that was called Crash Corner, I think. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
What grade
And
would you say that is?
what?
What grade would you say that is? How steep?
I don't know, probably like around 12%. And then
Pretty
like
decent.
the corner, you're still it's like mellower and then it drops again. So I'm not really sure, but it was pretty steep.
And how long is the tuck straightaway for?
Um, well, normally it's like I don't know, a couple 100 feet, but like for the rain, they had a stop push line as well. So
Okay.
like, you'd start pushing and then you'd get there and then you'd have to stop pushing. But I mean, it wasn't like there. You had quite a while to kick into it. But then
Now,
because of the rain, you'd tuck for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then you'd start sliding for the corner. So you basically did half the course to make the turn.
that sounds fucking terrifying, man. Did you guys have hay bales? What'd you have on the first time you guys ever did that race, or was it just
There were
SOL?
a few hay bales, but like the turn was like you could go straight, but we took the right,
Yeah.
and so it's like a traffic island, and so they stacked a ton of hay bales up against that. But aside from that, I mean, you'd run into a crowd of people or the
Was this
mud on the road.
was this an outlaw or was this sanctioned event?
I believe it was sanctioned.
Okay, cool.
I think it was like a race in one of Waco's parks or whatever, so it wasn't like a big main road, so they were able to shut it down for us.
Cool. I I want to do some more outlaw events, but the problem I'm having is what do you do about traffic, man? I mean, it's one thing to have like 2, 3 heats, but what if you have, 5 to 10 heats? What are you gonna keep shutting down traffic? You're gonna get cops called on you so quickly. You're gonna blow spots. I don't know, man. I might just have to follow Texas's lead, and we got to start figuring out a way to do an organized event, like as a sanctioned with permits and all that.
Yeah, because finding a road to do an outlaw on is like so difficult. Because I mean, I know the Cali Outlaw series, they do that by purely phone calls, no internet, no nothing like that. You just have to
Yeah,
do it or whatever. And
you
so
got to
that
know
that keeps
somebody.
that for. But then
Yeah,
the Auburn Outlaw race that me and Frasco went to was the road goes up to like a old fire tower to where they like look over all the land and just see where the fires are and whatnot to control the burning. And so like there's no reason to go up that road unless you're gonna have sex in the back of your pickup. So
you're
like
blowing it. You're blowing it for all the people who are gonna have sex in the back of their pickups, man.
well, I mean, you get to the top and then you open your door, and I remember there was immediately a used condom on the floor.
Hey, it's good for two more uses, man.
There were several couples who drove up there throughout the day hoping to get a little action in, and there were skateboarders everywhere.
Now, was that the UDH Outlaw series or
Yeah.
fuck yeah, man? I gotta talk to who's the event organizer for that one? Was that Will?
Wes Ormond.
Wes. Okay.
Yeah,
Man, I
he runs Elrod Trucks. So yeah.
what speaking of trucks, what trucks are you using right now?
Oh, I'm on 204 millimeter Kahalani trucks right now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're
What are
wider.
you supersizing your trucks? Why do you need such big trucks?
I don't know, they're just like really stable for like fast free ride and downhill. Cause like the wider hanger, it doesn't let you high side or ice out easily. So
Yeah.
like I guess because it's wider, you have more space to play around with in balancing. But actually, I also did a recent. I don't know. I bought Ronins off a buy sell trade, and they're in the mail right now. So I'm excited for those.
Do you have any advice for people looking to buy, sell, trade?
Um, I mean, you can definitely save a lot of money on used gear that way, but like always do like a little background check on whoever you're buying or trading with, because like they may scam you. Because I know
My my
it has.
favorite is I like seeing people on buy sell trades complain. Oh, I bought I bought fucking trucks from Timmy and he hasn't shipped it yet. Timmy hasn't sent me a tracking number. And then everyone loves these like investigations and they get, fucking pitchforks. Huh?
The witch hunts are the best.
Yeah. And so everyone like they start asking follow-up questions. Well, when did you buy this trucks off Timmy? 3 days ago, and I haven't received tracking numbers. Motherfucker, you're dealing with someone who probably doesn't have a car, doesn't really give a shit about you, and will get to shipping your trucks eventually. You want to buy trucks with a tracking number tomorrow? Go to Muirskate, go to Legit Board Shop, go to a shop. But you want to save 10, $20, go to BST, make your trade, make a sale. Don't fucking complain. Oh, I've got bad customer service. Did he rip you off? No, it's been 3 days. You'll get it in like maybe a week, maybe two. You'll get it. And if you don't, come back and we'll have a fucking good night out of it, man. Just save your chats. Save your chats. Print screen. That's how you take screenshots. There you go. There's your proof. Just message people. Anytime they say send money via friends and family, don't fucking do it, man. They're neither your friend nor your family. You're saving them 3%, and you will not be able to tell PayPal that they scammed you. A friend of mine recently got scammed, similar style. He wanted to rent an apartment. So they said, okay, send us the security deposit. For all those of you who don't know, when you're renting an apartment, you need to pay for a security deposit, first and last month rent. They give you the keys. Your cat shits on the walls or chews through the walls or whatever. You get drunk and you punch a hole in the wall. There goes your security deposit. $500, $1,000, whatever. It's gone. You're not getting that money back. You don't do any of that stuff. You get your money back at the end when you're done renting the room. The first and last month is so you have your first month and your last month covered. Anyway, they say, give us a security deposit. There is no room. You're fucked. They're not going to send you a key. You just lost $500. So it doesn't matter if you're on a BST, Craigslist, eBay. Just be careful because there are people that just want to rip you off, man. Except legit board shop. We're not trying to rip you off. I don't know. How'd you and Frasco meet? How did that go down?
Okay. Yeah, there was an event in Dunlap, Tennessee called Hambone's Halloween Bash. And this was around October, November last year. And so like on Reddit, I was like, hey, is anyone going to this? And Frasco was like, hey, I'm going. Here's my phone number. Text me or whatever. And so me and my friends from school are going to this event, and like the turnout said there would be maybe like, I don't know, 20, 30 people. And so like we get to this dude's house and like, I don't know, it was a sketchy part of the town. But we get there and there's no cell service, so we're trying to figure out where the fuck we're going. And then we get turned around about 3 times, and then we roll up to this dude's house. And we're like, hey, is this the skate event? And then Frasco was just like, oh yeah, hey, I'm Red. And so yeah, then we proceeded to skate the dude's warped plywood mini ramp for the next, I don't know, 3 hours.
Fuck yeah.
Go to bed, but I forgot my tent. And so my friends had their tent, but they had run out of room. So I was sleeping on, I don't know, some trailer bed in my sleeping bag. It was like okay, but then like 3 a.m. rolled around and it started raining a little, so I went in the car.
It's fine.
So yeah, and then actually the next day was a shit ton of skating. Wes Orman, the AUDH guy, and Brandon Waller showed up from Georgia, and they killed it all day. And like,
yeah.
I still wasn't that good, so I flat spotted my wheels to shit. And then we got kicked off this one hill by this dude he was like probably cooking meth or some shit, but he had an assault rifle and he kicked us off this hill. But then later, I don't forget the exact story, but apparently the sheriff essentially told him to fuck off.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's the most crazy kick out I've had.
Nice, man. Frasco's pretty like down. I remember a little while ago I said, we were gonna shoot. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can find it. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is issue 3, wheelbase. Tres. Bam, 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 bam. With about a week and a half's notice, I said anyone on the team willing to fly down to Cali, give you a place to stay at my place, and you'll be in the ad. And at the time, we had about 12 team riders, and fucking team captain Rob. 2 days before the shoot, his mom called, his dad called, they interviewed me, interrogated me a little, and fucking he was down. He was down to come down for a couple days. He was down to come for a week, actually. That was badass. Nolan, the day I made the announcement, he's like, I just got a ticket. I'm down. I was like, holy shit. I did not expect anyone to actually do it. So fuck it, man. I took a week off from work and we shot this ad. This was the first time that's Grant K from Madrid. This is the first time he was on when he just got added to the team too. So that's Frasco, that's Rob, and that's Team Rider Dylan. So yeah, man. If you guys want, hit me up. I'll send you a copy of Wheelbase. Just pay for shipping, or buy something and I'll add it for free. But yeah, John, I got 11 minutes of battery life remaining, man. Do you have any questions for me? Anything specific you want to talk about? Go for it.
Oh gosh, well now I'm on the spot.
You're on the fucking spot, man. You're America's Got Talent right now.
Okay, what are like your opinions on precision versus cast trucks?
All right, I'll be very honest with you guys. I am not a professional longboarder. I've got Randall's Paris caliber trucks. For the price of precisions, I'd rather buy a handgun, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm not going fast enough for me to notice the difference. Is it what? The degree? The degree is what I need? Wedge does its trick. If I need to de-wedge something, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. I just don't have a use for precisions, tell you the truth, man. And I know a ton of people that do. They swear by them. They love them. And I know the bushing seats are different. You get more options. And I respect that. But for me, it doesn't really do anything for what I try to do. I like to bomb mellow hills, and I like to escape parking garages. If I did get precisions, I'd get P&Ls because I really like the company. I like the owner. And I'd also get the zombie bones because it's got the adjustable base plate. And that seems like it's got some functionality for what I'd be wanting to do. If I want to, de-wedge the back, or if I want a lower angle in the back, or I want, higher degree, that gives you options, man. And I like P&Ls because one of the editors at work, he's as old school as you get, and he said, I got a friend, he started a company, his name is Doug from Pretty Noise Labs. And I was like, no fucking shit. And he's like, yep, I'm in a group called Skaters Over 50, and I've been skating for X number of years now. So that right there tells me he's OG as fuck. He knows what he's talking about. And someone unrelated just knew I like longboarding and dropped his name, and I respect the shit out of that, man, because that means he's got OG rep. What about you, man? What do you think?
I mean, I think precisions, like, it really depends, because like some precisions like don't trip, and the zombie bones, like with their adjustable base plates, you just can't do that with casts. So if you want that, you're gonna have to shell out the money, or actually get the Valkyrie base plates. That actually Frasco has a set, and they're pretty good. So, and actually, just today, in fact, Seismic dropped their new truck, the Aeon or whatever, with like the funky bushings or whatever, and like
the triangle ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're offering a 45-degree base plate. You can do that symmetrical, or go a 45-30 split with that. So there's finally a 30-degree cast base plate out there for you.
There you go, guys. By the way, if anyone wants a 50 and a 44 and you're looking for a set of trucks, hit me up, man. I could probably make that happen too. I've done weird requests before. What do you think about P&Ls? I heard that they were going to release cast hangers and, if I'm not mistaken, precision base plates. So you can mix and match. It brings the price down a little bit too. Is that true, or am I wrong on this?
Yeah, I've seen a few photos of the cast hanger, and it looks pretty sick. It's, from what I can see, it looks very similar to a gull-wing reverse bushing seat, but of course you get the ball pivot on there. So depending how you feel about ball pivots.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of ball pivots. I tried the Atlas ones, and they just Jasper. He's our go-to guy for when it comes to tech. I don't know anyone who knows as much tech as Jasper does when it comes to trucks, and he explained it to me. It just doesn't return as quickly as other stuff. And granted, the ball pivot, it has extra benefits that, it's pros and cons. Everything's pros and cons. But for my personal riding style, it just didn't fit. I sure as fuck want to try a set. I'm not going to write anything off before trying it. Only dipshits do that. You hear me? If you haven't tried it, don't talk shit about it. I'm talking to all of you. Don't do it. Just cut that shit. So I'm excited to try it. I want to see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. Even the seismic one, I'd be down to see. What if they change it up? What if 10 years from now we're like, yeah, we used to use barrels. Triangles. It was triangles all along. So it'll be interesting, man.
I mean, we look back in time and people are doing DH on Indy 215 hangers, and we're just like, what the fuck? Because, like, I actually set my Indy 215s up on my top mount a few days ago, and it was so carvy. I can't imagine how those guys back in the day took those to 50 and 60 and shit.
I had a coworker. She was a general manager of a skate shop, and she told me at one point when the sidewinders came out, and yeah, today everyone's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with those?" They couldn't keep those on the shelves fast enough. All right, people would call from miles, like different cities, willing to drive to make sure that they got a set because nothing like that had ever existed before. People didn't want to go down 50 miles an hour. They wanted to carve. That's what these offered. You know what? I'm sure that if you still want a good carvy setup, they do exactly what you're trying to do. So, yeah, you don't know what tomorrow's going to look like, man. All you got is what you got today, and you see what happens. Just enjoy it. Don't talk shit. The clothes you're wearing, the music you're listening to is all going to be laughed at in the future. Same with the gear you're riding. So fuck it. Whatever you're complaining and arguing about today is going to be outdated in the future anyway. So guess what? You're wrong. Because there's going to be something better tomorrow. I don't know. It's just my 2 cents about it, man. 27 years old. I've seen shit go from new to outdated in what seems like a blink of an eye. What about you? What are you excited about?
Actually, I think, honestly, truck-wise at least, the Roja hybrids are pretty much the future.
Now,
Because they're completely slopless, with a super solid turn, center, lean. It's all great. Team rider Jacob, Rebel operator, he swears by those things.
yeah,
And
he
like,
loves them.
I was thinking about it earlier, and like, if Randall had never invented the RKP, if they had come up with the Rojas geometry, no one would think it's kooky. They'd think RKPs are kooky on fucking Randalls in Paris and stuff. They'd think that's the weirdest shit.
I'm willing to give it a shot, man. I'm down. Now, the only thing is, I don't know about what is it, like the disc bushing. It's just something I've never seen before. Honestly, I don't even know how it really works. If you want to enlighten us, go for it. If not, we could do a whole nother podcast on those because he actually rides them.
Yeah, I think I'd want to get Jacob in on that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I have, and like you just said, don't talk shit about what you haven't read. I mean, I still want to, for, I don't know, 10 seconds slide jam once, but not nearly enough to do a review of them.
For sure.
Is that
I respect that, man. This is a new board that just dropped from. I keep saying Venom, but it's not. It's Madrid. There you go. So I posted this one on our skateboarding because I just want to get along, man. I just thought that, look, it's a giant fucking double kick. The guy's doing slides. He's doing ollies, kick flips, hippie flips, hippie jumps. You'd think that they'd fucking appreciate that, man. Nope. I got shat on. Fuck it.
Yeah,
look at this.
They don't put up with it.
Nah. It's not all skateboarding. Wheelbase is a crime to them. What are you gonna do, man? Fuck it. I know tons of longboarders that, frequent our longboarding and they also skateboard. In fact, they got into longboarding by going into skateboarding first. They don't talk shit because they used to do it or they still do it. Either way, look at this. Look at this concave. It's got a nice wheel flare to it. I might just say fuck all you guys and keep this one for myself. I don't know, man. So this one's, I believe, 38 inches. I have no idea what it's called, but I call this board the Dragon board. The other one's the Penguin board. Nowhere near as aggressive as this one. And we got it fucking signed. There you go. You want to see the Penguin board? Penguin board's the little brother. Same shape. It's got a double kick to it. Longer and wider than your regular boards. I believe it's a 9.5. In fact, I got the spec sheet. So I believe it's a 9.5. I do not have the spec sheet. It's 36. I think 36 inches. 36 by 9.5. Yeah. So if you're looking for a new deck, boom. They're not out yet, or they're out yet, but we're the first ones to get them. John, do you fuck with the double kicks?
I have actually a welcome board right now that I occasionally throw my curb stompers on for some fun.
Nice. I set these up with curb stompers. Actually, Madrid did. Curb stompers and Paris TKP, if I'm not mistaken. Woo woo!
But
I got into longboarding by skateboarding first, and I used to work at a skate park. Gonna kill time. You go skateboarding. I fucking suck at it, man. I've cracked the helmet before, dropping in. Rookie mistake for anyone out there. If you're gonna learn how to drop in, your instincts are gonna say, lean back. Don't lean back. You're gonna eat shit. Lean forward like you're getting the speed wobbles of your life. Put all your weight, not all your weight. Then that was mistake number 2. Put your weight on your front foot and stick with it. Whatever you put in, just ride it out, and it's the world, or else the world's just gonna flip on you, and you're gonna just feel pain immediately. So, yeah, man, I want to say I still can. I have no fucking idea, man. It's been so long since I've dropped in. I could still roll in. I know that much. I used to roll into about a 3 or 4 foot at the skate park. I'll fuck around here and there, but yeah, I ain't no professional. What about you, man? Do you mess around with the skate parks, bowls, parks, quarter pipes?
It's actually kind of a funny story. If Frasco here, he would tell a hilarious story, but I'll tell it anyway. Because at the AUDH Outlaw at night, we all stay at Wes's house, and he has a mini ramp built in his basement.
Fuck yeah!
And so I was like doing putt stuff around the bottom of it and like pumping it or whatever. And then Frasco was like, "Hey John, drop in." And so I was like gonna do it, but then you get up there and the board's like sticking out way out there, and then you just look down and you start thinking about it. And then once you start thinking, you're done.
You're done, man. And it's the opposite of everything your instinct is telling you to do. Like you're safe, your back leg is safe, and you're just gonna step on the plank and you're like, what am I doing with my life? And you shake a little bit, you get the adrenaline rush, and you just go for it, and you eat shit. I've never seen anyone not eat shit the first time they drop in. And there'd be girls at the skate park, and all the guys would be like, yeah, go for it, it'll be fun, you can do it. And the girls had no idea whatsoever and they're wearing like tight jeans. No idea what was about to happen. I saw a girl fall and start crying immediately. Poor thing, man. All right, I think we got to wrap this up. I got about 4 minutes of battery life remaining. So, John, where can people follow you, man? Instagram, Facebook? Tell people.
I think I've streamlined everything into the Stig 7423. So yeah, I'm on Instagram. Oh, Snapchat, actually, if you want to do that, it's Downhill Stig. So okay. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, just find me, John Harlan. I don't have a writer page or anything fancy. It's just me. I haven't reached my friend request limit yet. So
okay. And Instagram, Downhill Stig, or is it the Stig 7423?
423 on Instagram.
All right, cool. And then check the description. I'll add links for all that stuff too. As always, follow us on Legit Board Shop. Share this with your friends. Follow us on Snapchat, Legit Board Shop, Legit Board Shop, Legit Board Shop. And the last one, Legit Board Shop. Fuck it. All right, guys, have a great Friday night. And John, thank you, man, for doing a little podcast with us. Always a pleasure, man.